The Chicago Bulls just made a decision that has the entire basketball world talking. They signed a 5'8" Japanese guard who shouldn't exist in today's NBA, yet somehow keeps proving everyone wrong. His name is Yuki Kawamura, and his story is about to change how we think about what's possible in professional basketball. Most NBA executives would laugh at a player Kawamura's size. In a league where the average height keeps climbing and athletic freaks dominate every position, a guy who barely reaches most players' shoulders seems like a fantasy. But here's what those executives didn't see coming. Sometimes heart beats height, and sometimes the impossible becomes inevitable. When Kawamura stepped onto the court in Las Vegas for Summer League, nobody expected what happened next. While teams focused on their lottery picks and promising rookies, this undersized point guard quietly began dismantling everything we thought we knew about modern basketball. Game after game, he wasn't just surviving against players who towered over him, he was dominating them. The numbers tell an incredible story. Kawamura averaged over 10 points and 6 assists per game, but those stats barely capture what really happened. He was threading passes that seemed physically impossible, finding angles that shouldn't exist, and creating opportunities out of thin air. Teammates started calling him a magician. Opponents started game planning specifically to stop him, and NBA scouts started making phone calls. But this Summer League explosion didn't come out of nowhere. Before anyone in America knew his name, Kawamura was already rewriting basketball history in Japan. In 2023, he captured the B.League MVP award, becoming the face of Japanese professional basketball. His performances were so electrifying that American scouts finally started paying attention to what was happening across the Pacific. The transition to American basketball wasn't easy. When the Memphis Grizzlies gave him his first NBA opportunity, Kawamura played just 93 minutes the entire season. For most players, that would be crushing. For Kawamura, it was fuel. Those 93 minutes proved something that scouts had been debating for months. Size doesn't always matter if you have the skills and intelligence to overcome it. Every possession became a chess match. Taller players tried to post him up, thinking they had an automatic advantage. Instead, Kawamura used his low center of gravity and lightning-quick hands to strip the ball or force bad shots. When teams switched on defense, expecting easy scoring opportunities, he found ways to get his teammates open looks or create his own shot with devastating effectiveness. What makes Kawamura's story even more remarkable is the cultural weight he carries. Japanese players have struggled to find their place in the NBA throughout history. Only 8 Japanese players have ever made NBA rosters, and currently, only Rui Hachimura has a guaranteed spot. Kawamura represents something bigger than individual success. He's carrying the hopes of an entire nation's basketball dreams. The defensive concerns are real, and critics aren't wrong to point them out. At 5'8", Kawamura can't guard bigger players in the post. Teams actively hunt for switches to get him matched up against forwards and centers. But here's what those critics miss. Modern NBA basketball is increasingly about switching, speed, and basketball IQ. Kawamura's ability to anticipate plays, create steals, and push pace might be more valuable than traditional size. His teammates in Chicago immediately recognized something special. Matas Buzelis, a promising young forward, summed it up perfectly when he called Kawamura the definition of heart over height. That phrase captures everything about this incredible journey, a player who refuses to let physical limitations define his ceiling. The Bulls' decision to sign him to a two-way contract sends a powerful message throughout the league. In an era where teams are obsessed with length and athleticism, Chicago is betting that skill, intelligence, and determination still matter. They're wagering that a 5'8" point guard can contribute to NBA-level basketball in ways that traditional measurements can't capture. But the real story isn't just about Kawamura making another roster. It's about what his success represents for basketball around the world. Young players who don't fit the typical NBA mold are watching his journey and believing that maybe, just maybe, they have a chance too. In Japan, youth basketball participation is spiking as kids see someone who looks like them competing at the highest level. The pressure on Kawamura is immense. Every mistake gets magnified because of his size. Every defensive breakdown becomes evidence that he doesn't belong. But every assist, every steal, every clutch shot becomes proof that basketball talent comes in all packages. He's not just playing for a roster spot, he's playing to change perceptions about what an NBA player can look like. Looking ahead, Kawamura's path with the Bulls won't be easy. Two-way contracts mean constant movement between the NBA and G.League. Playing time will be limited and hard-earned. But if his journey has taught us anything, it's that counting out Yuki Kawamura is a dangerous game. This is bigger than basketball statistics or roster construction. This is about a player who embodies everything we claim to love about sports immerso, overcoming impossible odds, refusing to accept limitations, and inspiring others to chase dreams that seem unreachable. Whether Kawamura becomes a long-term NBA contributor or not, he's already accomplished something remarkable. He's proven that in basketball, as in life, heart really can triumph over height. The shortest player in NBA history just got another chance to shock the world. Based on everything we've seen so far, betting against him might be the biggest mistake anyone could make.